the original plan was when they did the whole angle with him being fired was that they were going to basically take him and move him on WWE.com. And basically do like those unlimited segments when, you know, Raw goes to commercial break. Okay, and they were going to use him as that. But as of right now, you could possibly see him coming back to the announce team just in the case, because as of right now, reports are showing that Vince McMahon is not happy with the job that Joey Styles is doing.
I think he's terrible, Joey Styles. I don't know why they signed him to a 5-year contract. It was ridiculous.
Nah, it's the deal that he's got to work with Coach and the King. It's like they're talking over each other. That's what's messing it up.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing...
Yeah, but, I mean, this is announcing his voice. I mean, he was good in ECW, but for Raw, JR, for now, I think, at least for the next couple of years, should come back. Okay. And I think he is the voice of Raw for now.
I think he deserves a break. He's been there for, what, like 10 years?
No, he's been there for a while. I mean,
I was also thinking maybe he'll come back as the Raw GM.
Yeah, I mean that was a thought. It's a possibility, but I mean, like I said, you know, right now the plan is to have him, you know, at least do the online stuff. I mean, we're gonna see what happens with Joey Styles. Vince has pulled him aside on what's been reported as several occasions now, saying that, you know, he really needs to change his style of announcing because it, like you said before, you know, it is an ECW. That he really needs to get into a more like a storytelling type role rather than, you know, basically calling the action like what he's doing. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you might not agree with me, but, you know, I feel that JR, at least for another couple of years, has what it takes. You know, then it's probably time for him to retire. But, you know, I don't agree with the 5-year contract. Joey Styles, though, although it could have been a 3-year, maybe it would have been better. You know, I'm sure they could find something for him to do if they want to keep him.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I mean, if they do pull him off, I mean, maybe move him to SmackDown and move him around, have him host Bite This.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they have plenty of positions to, you know, to put him in, make him a columnist on WWE's website. I don't know. I mean, but like,
I just miss JR because I'm so used to his voice, watching Raw from when it started and everything, and
yeah, but it's time for a change. I mean, everything that you do.
Yeah, I mean, it was
shake it up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a change when they added Coach to the thing, but I mean, the 3-man roster is kind of getting a little played out. I mean, it's not. It's just, I don't know.
I don't like the Coach anyway. I like the King. He's funny, but as far as a change goes, I disagree because I think that, you know, Joey Styles ain't the right guy for the job. And the reason why I understood it is that JR got fired in a way because they thought they were going to bring that UFC guy in.
Yeah, what was supposed to happen was that Mike Goldberg, who was is the lead announcer for UFC, was actually in talks with them to come in, but he decided that he wanted to stay with UFC. I mean, you know, to each their own. I mean, Mike Goldberg wasn't the best choice. I think the only reason that they did call him up was because, you know, the whole, you know, him being able to.
I'm going to take up all your time, but and then also from what I'm reading is that JR. Basically, they're finding out now that when they have good things, those people, they really hurt, you know, on some issues. And, you know, that's what I'm reading online at least. And I think Triple H has too much political backstage politics, and he should not keep getting the belt hated to him. I mean, yeah, I know he works for it, I know he's a great wrestler and all that, but I think it's time for, like, Randy Orton and people like that to start getting more of a push. I know Randy Orton and John Cena are the future of the company, so to speak. And, you know, I like Randy Orton a lot. I like his style. You know, and same thing with the Big Show. They make him out to be a wimp when he should have beat Triple H at New Year's Revolution.
Right.
And one more question. Where do you think TNA will be in a year from now? Do you think there'll be major competitors?
Definitely. I mean, if they can get, I think what they need is just like a better time slot for their show. If they were to get like more of like a prime time slot, like maybe during the course of the week, maybe to put themselves up against, you know, Raw or SmackDown, we'd probably see them in like better competition. But I mean,
it's too soon to go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's really too soon. They're still, I mean, they're only a couple months into being on regular TV for the longest time, and they were on Fox Sports, and that's only in like limited areas.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think I watched it a couple times now, and I think this past week was probably their best performance yet.
Yeah.
Well, they're going into a pay-per-view, so you know they gotta.
Yeah, they gotta put it on. I mean, the ratings have been shown that people are gaining more interest. I mean, the ratings showing that TNA has been going up in the past few weeks. So, Maybe we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, if you're interested in TNA, go to a Ring of Honor show. I mean, that's probably, as of right now, it's probably the closest you're going to get to seeing those guys in TNA until they start doing the house shows, which aren't going to be until maybe later in 2006.
Problem is with the TNA, I don't know about this, but is the money situation. You know, well, the wrestlers take more money, this, and that. You know, is where WWE has millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it does come to money, but a lot of the guys in TNA don't want to work as much as the guys in WWE. When you're wrestling for TNA, you're not signed to like a monthly contract, a yearly contract. What TNA does is they sign you to a show deal. You compete a certain amount of shows, and then if they need you, they'll sign you again, and so on and so forth. So basically, you're getting paid to work. And I know WWE has the money to pay $700 million a year, but TNA is not really about the money. I mean, it's a small company. They just don't have the money to back it right now. But I mean, they're making do with what they have.
All right, I'll let you guys go.
All right, thank you.
Take care, buddy.
Okay. So anyway, speaking of Triple H, he's going to be a father. Stephanie is pregnant with his baby.
You don't say.
It was only a matter of time.
How long has it been?
A couple of years, anyways.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Test, former WWE wrestler, Test, exactly, reported on his website about Stephanie being pregnant. Actually made a comment. Said something about the baby's probably going to come out asking for a world title shot, spitting water in the air. But then I guess he meant that as a joke and said he was very happy for Hunter and Stephanie.
Test has turned into a Matt Hardy now?
Exactly. Probably.
Is Test going to have the Test show where you pay $20 a month to watch Test air out his dirty laundry about people?
Anyways, I almost signed up for that. But anyway, all right, we're going to line 2. You're on the air.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How's it going?
First of all, I'll say the show is good.
Thank you.
Watching you guys, wrestling's pretty, okay. I've got to say, I'm losing interest in WWE right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched about maybe 6 pay-per-views of TNA. I catch the show that's on Spike, which is at 11 at night on Saturday. I have to say, WWE, their storylines are becoming very whack.
The action too, the action just isn't there anymore.
Yeah, that's true, and I hate seeing Kurt Angle as the World Heavyweight championship. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, okay. So what? I bought a shirt. Anyway, I mean, it's true, though. I mean, Vince's product right now is really, really soft. He definitely needs to start maybe paying more attention to TNA as far as, what they're doing, because if he doesn't, it's going to be the whole situation with WCW again. WCW, came out from out of nowhere and basically, for 86 weeks straight, beat Vince, in the ratings. And if he doesn't watch out, I mean, right now, like we said before, he doesn't see them as a threat.
Definitely.
And that's where his problem is. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes within the coming months and, years.
I was looking at the TNA website. I was looking at all the wrestlers that we have. I was looking at AJ Styles, Abyss, the Alpha Male, Petey Williams, big fan of Petey Williams.
I hate Canadian wrestlers, but I like Petey Williams.
Sure, Petey Williams is glad to know that.
I'm sure he is, anyways.
Yeah, I was looking at the websites, and these guys, they just picked them out of nowhere. If I'm not on the website, but I look at another one, searching out AJ Styles, he was just doing little shows and, here and there, just like other wrestlers used to do, they didn't have a contract. They're saying TNA stepping up, they're going out, they're getting good wrestlers that are performing up, up to the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, they pulled most of those guys did come from the independent circuit. I mean, like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. At one time, they wrestled for WCW. They were in there at the point where WCW was in its dying days and was going out of business. Styles wrestled a few matches on Thunder. Christopher Daniels probably wrestled one match and actually never even made it to the ring. But they buried those guys. But I mean, they've been around for a while. Like I said to the last caller, if you're interested in TNA, go to a Ring of Honor show.
Definitely. That's the closest you're going to get to them.
It's as of right now, that's the closest you're going to get to them. I'm going to plug Ring of Honor until I can't plug it anymore because it's I don't know.
It's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. I mean, the shows are inexpensive. The action's good. There's no dumb storylines. They will fight in the crowd, and
you'll lose your seat.
You'll lose your seat. There's a good chance you're probably going to get hit with something.
Sure.
It's fun. It's a fun time. So, I mean, they usually in Woodbridge, they're going to be here on March 11th. Steve and I are both going to be there. So.